Hi, this is Tara. I was asked if I could go ahead and make a small tutorial on how to refill the different dimension cuticle oil pens. Missy's been making these and they come in these wonderful fragrances. And the nice thing is she does sell the larger bottles, and so you guys know, they are refillable. It takes a little work, but it's well worth it. I would recommend making sure you have something down on a flat surface because you will get a little oil that will drip out of the pen. I would also make sure that the pen is empty and that you cannot click it any further. Also, I would keep the cap on just because a little more of the oil will leak out once you pull everything and the plunger pulled out. Plus, when you're refilling, it will go ahead and leak a little bit. But definitely well worth it. The tools that you'll need are a pair of like needle nose type pliers, or in some cases, if you haven't pulled the plunger all the way, you may be able to refill with or pull the parts out with a pair of tweezers or with your fingers. You'll also need something that has a flat, sharp edge, like a screwdriver or a butter knife, or even just a regular knife or a nail file. I do recommend this just so that you can get the edge. Now, I've already been pulling this apart with my thumbnail, and I'm sure I'm going to break it here, but my nails are real short right now and not so great anyway, so I think I'm going to be okay. But just to save us some time, I'm going to use my thumbnail and show you exactly how so we can get real close. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. And what you want to do is just put a little pressure up here at the top of the back of the pen, and you'll get this little gap that will pop up in between. You should be able to see. And then you want to insert your flat item right inside of that gap, and then pull the other direction, which will cause it to separate the other direction. And then just rotate around, put your item back in there, and do it again. And again. And there goes my nail polish. And again. And you'll hear it pop. It'll actually come apart just fine. So this is the back of it. So you want to set this aside. And then your spring will come out. Go ahead and set that aside. As well as this little ring. Now bear in mind, on the ring there are little tiny grooves on one end and flat on the other. The grooves are what's going to go back inside of here facing the tip. So make sure that you are putting it in correctly, otherwise the pen won't work. Now the rest of it's too far inside, as you can see, and it is flat on one side, and that's where your needle nose pliers or your tweezers will come in handy. In this case, I'm going to use the needle nose. You just want to grab it lightly and not try to break any of the pieces inside. And go ahead and pull. And you'll get the whole item out. You can go ahead and pull it the rest of the way out. And that's your plunger. So the first step after you get the plunger removed and set that aside is you want to go ahead and twist this back down. This takes a few moments. You can twist from either way. Like I said, you'll get oil on your fingers. Not that it matters. We use this on our nails anyways. But you want to go ahead and twist this down. And it takes a while. Here we go. I've never done a tutorial before, so I'm sorry if I sound a little nervous here. I'm not telling you guys that you should use your fingernail to go ahead and do this, by the way. I just happened to. So you can twist this all the way down. Don't want to twist it too tight against the plunger. I would just leave like a small gap in between, and that way you're not getting stuck when it starts twisting back up. So now that the plunger is ready to go, we want to go ahead and use our oil, and we want to refill the bottle. Now, I wouldn't take it any further than where the star ends, just to make sure you're not overfilling the bottle. These bottles are great because you can squeeze pretty fast. Go ahead and refill it. Now, I'm sure a few of you are going to notice that I've got a cake batter pen, and I have a white raspberry truffle bottle. And it's only because the only one that I had was the white raspberry truffle. That was done on purpose. So once you get it filled, go ahead and get your stopper moved back in there. As I said, a little oil is going to collect down here at the tip of the pen. That's okay. You can always pour that back into your bottle. The tops do come off. So now that that's back in place, you just put it back together. Like I said, make sure the grooves are facing. And run the spring back down. And then, very easily, snap it back together. So everything's back together here. Now, because the oil did collect in the lid, I want to go ahead and pull the lid off. Go ahead and pour that back in, the excess that you have there if you need to. But as you can see, the pen clicks back up again, and it's ready to go. Get rid of the air bubble that's trapped in here. And there we go. So we've got our pen full again. So if you decide just to have one pen or multiple pens, I wouldn't recommend mixing fragrances. But if you have to, in a pinch, that's it. That's all you have to do to go ahead and refill these. So I hope that helps, and I hope you guys enjoy, and thank you again.